Y'all here, Auntie Tavia here. I am doing a video today about the clairs. I did this video a long time ago and it is time to update it for new people. A lot of times I'll revisit whatever messages it is that I am told to revisit because I may have more new information from my spirit guides, or it's just time to revisit it because I have new people watching now. So we're going to talk about the different clairs, and for me, how I found out the different ones it is that I have. Me, once I figured out that I was a medium, or once I was told that I was a medium. So the first two are ones that a lot of people know about because of media, social media, as well as like TV shows and like movies. So the first one is clairvoyance, which just means clear vision. And so it says to reach into another vibrational frequency and visually perceive within the mind's eye something existing in that realm. A clairvoyant is one who receives extrasensory impressions and symbols in the form of inner sight or mental images, which are perceived without the aid of your physical eye, with your third eye, and beyond the limitations of ordinary time and space. These impressions are more easily perceived in the alpha state or during meditation, though many clairvoyants can often obtain visual information regarding the past, present, and future in a variety of environments. And then I'll tell you what they are, and then I'll tell you mine and how I kind of figured it out. Second one, clairaudience, means clear hearing. To perceive sounds or words and extrasensory noise from sources from broadcasts from spiritual and ethereal realm in the form of your inner ear or mental tone, which perceive without the aid of a physical ear and beyond the limitations of ordinary time and space. These tones and vibrations are more easily perceived in an alpha state during meditation. Most channelers, also known as mediums, work with both clairaudience and clairvoyance, myself included. Clairsentience, clear feeling. To perceive information by a feeling within the whole body without any outer stimuli related to the feeling of this information. Very similar, it says, to clear empathy. Clear scent is clear smelling. To smell a fragrance, odor, or substance or food that is not in one's surroundings. They are perceived without the aid of physical noise or physical nose and beyond the limitations of ordinary time and space. Clairtangency, clear touching, more commonly known as psychometry, to handle an object or touch an area and perceive through the palms of one's hands information about the article or its owner or history that was not previously known. To the clairtangent, clairgustance, clear tasting. I don't think that needs any information. Clear empathy, clear emotion. An empath is a person who can physically tune in to the emotional experience of a person, place, or animal. It's a type of telepathy to sense or feel within oneself the attitude, emotion, or ailment of another person's entity. So, for me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's let's just put this out there. Some of your senses will be stronger than others. I feel like we all have these, but there's usually 3 that usually stand out, that are usually in the forefront. So for me, the first one that I noticed that I had was clairaudience. So in movies, they usually show it like you can hear someone speaking to you as I am speaking to you now. For me, my clairaudience does not work that way. I hear it in my own subconscious voice, and over time, I was able to differentiate that it wasn't me. So I'll give you an example. This was when I knew that my guides were speaking to me directly. I asked for them to give me signs. So I work in a hospital, and I work in the laboratory, so I'm that annoying lady that comes and draws your blood at ridiculous hours of the day and night. Everyone's favorite person to see. And so this lady, her tray table was already pushed away when I got into the room. And I was leaving, and I heard in my subconscious voice, move the tray table to the bed. I ignored that. On my way out, I'm throwing away my garbage, and the patient's like, hey, can you move my tray table closer to my bed, please? At that point, I spoke to my guides and I said, I know that you're talking to me right now. I'm holding Caribbean calcite for those of you that want to know. It's a new crystal that was just found last year, because I'm sure some people are like, what are you holding? Anyway, and I was like, okay, that was you. Because from what I saw on TV shows, it was, they say, oh, your clairaudience means you can physically hear another person being spirit guide speaking to you. For me, that was not the case. Most people's clairaudience works how mine does. And then once I figured that out, because I knew that was not my thought, I did not think that. I would start to get random things. Like I would leave my coffee inside for work, and in my car I'd hear coffee. It started very like short things. I would leave my phone inside. I'd hear phone when I was in my car. And then the more I asked them to speak to me, the more I was able to, 1, know that it was them, 2, understand that they were messages, and 3, it was that I was channeling. And I asked them to speak louder, clear, concise, so that I understood them. Now, having been on this journey for over 2 years, I know which of my spirit guides are speaking now, even though I hear it in my subconscious voice. So the next one I have is clairvoyance. I was really down on myself. I was speaking to my soul family, and I was just so like, well, I want to channel like that. I want to receive clear messages, because I personally felt I was denying my own personal power at that time. And I felt that I was not giving clear messages. So now I'll say, if you've seen my videos, I'll say, Spirit is showing me this. They were speaking to me with my clairvoyance, but I did not know it. So I gave some message, and the person I was talking to was like, that is a direct message. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? So I was channeling for this client, tarot reading. I'm going to give you this example. And this was when I was like, that's fucking clairvoyance, okay? So I was channeling for her. I see the 1992 Mortal Kombat stage with the dragon. It's like on a disc, the Mortal Kombat dragon. And it's like a video game stage. And there's a platform that raises from the floor. And it like connects and it goes, and then you can see the dragon, and then they step onto the platform. So I'm like trying to like understand this. She's a girl. I'm a girl. I'm a nerd. I don't necessarily play video games, but with my ex, I watched them a lot. And like I'm a nerd, like Star Wars, Star Trek, Indiana, the whole 9. Anyway, so I'm like, what on earth are you trying to tell me right now? And then she's like, well, just say it. And I tell her, she goes, oh yeah, that's my favorite fucking video game. And then I was able to channel the message. After that, I was like, it was like, they've been doing that my whole fucking life. With examples of ways to make things understandable to others. Or when I'm speaking, I'll give an example. Because they were showing it to me with my third eye, but I didn't know it was them showing it to me. So that was like a realization that I had, that I was just like, oh wow, they are speaking to me directly. Another one I've had is just clairsentience. This one doesn't happen very often. Is just I have a feeling and I just know it. I can't tell you how I know it. I just know this information. And like as an example, I channeled some very personal information that I had no idea about. My physical person had no idea about, but I just knew that this is what happened, and then my client confirmed it to me. Another one that I've recently realized after watching a tarot video, I got a reading, and it was through a video reading, and the reader, she was like, I need to touch the card. And I was like, what? She's like, she gets more information that way. So that can also be people who read palms, who touch palms, lay hands, they touch an item. So those are the ones that I feel like I have that, as well as clear empathy, but I'm an empath, so that wasn't a surprise to me. So what you can do is ask spirit, your spirit guides, I want to communicate with you. Please help me understand how you're communicating with me, what my clairs are, and how I can hear you better or listen or see or whatever. I have also had clairscent, like sometimes I'll randomly smell things, and it's usually my grandmother, and I'm like, oh, okay, she was here or she's here. So what I did was I watched videos on YouTube, and I looked up, okay, how can I communicate with my spirit guides? How can I understand that it's them? You can also just speak directly to them. Write out what it is that you want. Write out what it is, because we all have gifts. Don't let anybody tell you that, oh, you can't be. No. We're all beings of light that are here on this earth right now. We all have these gifts. You just need to reawaken them. You already know what to do. You already know how to do it. You just have to remember. So for me, I said, I need you to be louder. I need you to be concise. I need you to be clear, and also give gratitude. Thank them for reaching out and understanding, because the thing is with your spirit guides, they cannot intervene unless your life is in danger. So if you've ever fell asleep at the wheel and you feel your car jerk back into the lane, those are your spirit guides. So if you want to have a deeper relationship, that is the precedent that you need to set. So like I would say, I want to know directly when you're speaking. Like now, like I hear them all the time. I'm able to channel very clearly. We all have the antennas. Just, I'm going to age myself here. Back in the day, before there was like LED TVs and plasma screen TVs and shit, we had box TVs. A lot of them had antennas on them. And in order to tune into certain channels, this was before satellite TV, like Comcast and shit. This was like when there was like 20 something channels, okay? I'm not that old, but if you had a box TV with no cable, this is what you had to do. They had antennas on top. They're called rabbit ears. You would literally have to, on certain channels, you would have to move the antennas in order to see a clear picture. So your picture just might be blurry. It just might be static right now. You just might need to align your bunny ears so that spirit can shoot down through your antenna to make your picture clear and not static anymore. And you can ask them, hey, can you please share with me what clairs it is that I have? Please share with me in a clear and concise way so that I can understand. Most mediums, most channelers have at least clairvoyance and clairaudience. Those are usually two come together. Those are like, they're a package deal. Usually I have found in my journey speaking with other people who channel. So I hope this video was informative. Please leave comments. If you have any questions, you can feel free to DM me. You can feel free to email me. I love putting out content like this for you guys because it really helped me in my journey when I would watch things like this. So I hope you have an amazing day. The light in me honors and sees the light in you, and namaste.